Hello everybody, and welcome back for another episode of My Chaotic Budget. My name is Sandra, and on this channel we do all things budget related when it comes to mine and my husband's paychecks. And in this episode, what we're going to do is we are going to start creating our next budget journal for the second half of the year. So the second half of the year is July through December, and as you can see, this budget journal was from January to June, and we're almost done with June. And so I just want to go ahead and start getting prepared for the next half of the year. I can't believe it. This first half is already coming to a closure, and so much has happened, and I feel like it's time to start preparing for the next half of the year. So before we do that, I just want to take a quick little flip through of my current budget journal. I just want to show you my budget journal because it is really something that I am proud of. I stayed committed to it. I like to use an Erin Condren dot grid notebook because I feel like I can be more creative and I can do it as I please instead of following a specific structure or whatnot. This kind of frees me up a little bit. And I do follow the bullet journal method in a sense, just to where I do keep track of an index. So if you see my index, it goes all the way. I haven't finished. I need to update this, but I mean, it's almost done, almost filled, almost complete. And I feel so proud of it. And then of course these are my focuses, my intentions, so I'll have to create these in my next bullet journal, or my budget journal, sorry. And I'm gonna have to try to see how I'm gonna make it, and I'll go over that in a little bit. But I love it, I love it, love it, love it, and I'm just so proud of it. It's just something that I am super proud of because I actually stayed with it. And I did not stop, which is cool. So yes, and then you'll see I have it for every single month. I kept track of certain things. February, kept track of certain things, and then I had March, and of course when we got into April, things got a little bit more where I didn't keep track as much because of course my mother had passed away and I needed to just focus on family. And so when I did that, I really didn't do much. Once that happened, I wasn't keeping track. I skipped weeks. But life happens and we just have to come back from it. And then May came around. I started to feel a little bit better. Still was struggling a little bit with focusing. But then June came around and I finally made a cover. I finally made a cover page for the month. And then I started my weekly, my budget, and then I did a debt check-in. And then of course I did my updated debt confession, which is here. So the second half of my budget journal is going to focus now just on these bills. So when I create my next page, I'll say, okay, I'll put like the bills that have been completed, the amount that I paid, and then that way I can have this new goal of where I'd like to complete. And then this was my binder check-in for the start of June, how much we have, and then this is for this upcoming week. And so my plan is to start working on my next journal. I still have several pages in here left, but what I'll do is I'll probably just use these for the remainder of June and any thoughts that I might have that I need to put in for the next one, for the next journal. And so that's what we're gonna do. So I just thought I'd give you an update on that. So this is something I plan on working through. If you see here, this is going to be my next journal that I'm going to be using. This I just recently got from an Erin Condren haul. It is a dot grid notebook because like I said, these are the dot grids that I love to use. And when it comes to this, I added this here. You can see it was cut out from one of my previous journals because I wanted to use it. I figured, you know what, I could use a folder or a pocket inside my journal. So I went ahead and I snipped that out from an old one, and I did the same for some stickers that I still had left over. So I added it. So why not? And so this is my new journal. I also had taken this out. Look, I took this out. All I did was just snip the sides so that way I can be able to reuse it. And it stays in place pretty well. I think it's just a matter of making sure that it goes under the coil. Once it's under the coil, it's not really going to shift around, and it's easily to maintain. This here is the vellum, the canvas vellum page that I took from one of the other journals as well, because it doesn't come with this. One day I hope to get into frankenplanning, which is where you kind of undo the coil and then you start adding whatever pages you want. So I might end up doing that later on in the future, just not today. This page is more than likely going to come out, and this is a stencil that came with my life planner. It's the new stencil that they're doing, and I'm going to use this, of course, as I go through creating my lines and everything. And I'm not going to go through that in this video right now. I just thought I'd give you a budget journal update that this will be coming soon. This cover is one of the interchangeable covers that I purchased, and for this it is a vegan leather, and it is the peacock color. I really love it. I think it is so cool. And then it has the embossing here of Erin Condren, and oh my god, I love it. I'm looking forward to this. I had mentioned to you all at the beginning of the year that green was going to be my color, and I have been getting a whole lot of green because that is just what I've been focusing on, is just getting into the color green, making that my color for the year, and focusing on our finances. And I think that it's really cool. So that's why this is going to be my next cover. As you can see, when I did my other journal, I had picked this one. It's very cool, very celestial, and I went with a celestial theme. So since I'm going with a green color, I'm gonna go more earthy, and I'm going to decorate it with more earth tones, at least the cover. Inside it'll change, but for the start, I'm gonna start with some heavy greens, and then I'm gonna put some butterflies. I'm gonna use floral stickers. I'm gonna do everything that I can to make it like very pretty. And I'm just hoping that it comes out good. So I hope you'll tune in for that video. Usually on those videos I speed everything up, but I speed everything up so that way, you know, you can see the process without having to go through that tedious timing that I have to go through. So be on the lookout for that video. And that is it, guys. That's all I wanted to do, was just give you an update on my plans for my budget journal. And if you have any questions or whatnot, just leave them down in the comments down below. All right, I look forward to talking to you all. Make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, and I'll see you next time.